I do look from time to time for her cards. And then we have my mini The Boys collect, which I credit Kaylee for starting. So we start off with the Kevin and Jacob units because they're very cute. I would say that they're probably like in my top 5. I don't know who outside of my top 2 are, but and then we go into like the little kind of like matching spreads I made for my boys. I don't know, sometimes I think about expanding this and sometimes I'm like, no, we should just keep it tiny. Regardless, I think it's really cute. I like having it. I think this one's still one of my favorites too. I also like this one a lot. And the newest additions to this binder are these little princess cards that I bought. I think they're so cute. So cute. And then I left some like a page just in case I got any more matching, and then just some extras. And that is the little itty bitty The Boys collect book. And then we have my one themed collect book, which I'm thinking about starting another one, but we'll see. But this one is for cute little Christmas cards that I wanted to keep. So we have some from my NMix collection from when I used to collect NMix. And then we have some Twice ones that I kept. These ones are so cute. I love the Merry and Happy album. And then we have these Yojun ones from her solo and this Lewok, who also got married this year, I'm pretty sure. And then that's it for the little Christmassy, wintry one. Okay, now we're gonna move into my 3-ring binders. We're gonna start off with my smaller collections that don't get a lot of updates / haven't gotten any updates so far this year. So starting with for us, we're starting with Guggeron with that. I have been looking, but I haven't found any Guggeron cards that I've been wanting to add quite yet. Pages are getting kind of dirty. Oh, I never switched these over to the new sleeves. They're not double-sided, so maybe I should do that. Maybe that will help. So my Guggeron collection's been done, or at least my OT9 collection has been done for quite some time. I just need to finish Sejong's solo album cards again, because I always need to finish something for Sejong. Oh my gosh, and these cards are like sliding all over the place. Good lord. Okay, this is bothering me. I can't flip past it. I actually have a new thing coming in for this collection, hopefully at some point. Also, Guggeron, not Guggeron, IZ*ONE, not IZ*ONE. Oh my god, too many things in my brain. IOI is supposedly having a reunion album or comeback this year for like their 10 years. And if that happens, I will be collecting anything Sejong and Mina related for that. Like if they do pops, I will be getting them. Sejong's gonna be so expensive. Just like I haven't made much progress on her solo because it's so expensive. But like I can't tell you, like if that is like facts, if that is not fake news, I am so excited for it. I mean, we have my little IOI cards here for them. I will be getting those. My timetable cards that I haven't found any more of. Haven't found any more of the Sunmina trading cards. And I don't think any of these are new from this year. I think I added the Mina or the Mimi last year. Christ. But yeah, that's all I have for my Guggeron binder. The other one we're going to do next is my other 1-inch miscellaneous kind of collection. We actually just went through this, so this is going to be literally nothing new for you guys. But it starts with my Ha Seung-won collection that I recently just downsized. So I kept the full album card set for BXX. And then for all his other comebacks, I will be collecting 3 cards each. So My Moment, Twilight Zone, Mirage, Sneaker, Strawberry Gum, Electrify or Urban Nostalgia. I need some U cards. This is Strange World, and this is Blessed. And these are the 101 cards that I've been gifted of him. And then here is my Down One collection that I started, and now I'm pausing again. I don't really know what's going on, but for now, I'm keeping all these cards because he's so cute. He should be back from the military soon. I think it's July. I don't remember the exact date, but soon we should have him back. And then this is like what I like to call my concert and nostalgia section. So we have these the Twice light stick cards that I got when I bought the light stick for the Twice concert. My Taehyun TXT Lucky Draw card that I got when my mom went to the concert, Ace concert photo cards from when we went to their most recent, and then JJC concert, and then this is where we get nostalgia. So The Legend is an old group of mine. Sandul Stay As You Are album is one of my all-time favorite albums. And then we have my Bugaboo section. I'm not gonna say it this time, but if you know, you know. I really need to check out Rena's new group. I have not really listened to Primrose. I really was hoping Yuna would re-debut at least, but she does not seem to be. But that's okay, she doesn't have to. Next, we're doing this binder, which is kind of like what I've been calling my everybody else binder. But yeah, you might have noticed I prefer when all my groups have their own binder, but that just is not a reasonable thing to have, especially with collections like this where like I just started and there's literally only 2 pages. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to give it its own binder. But this is the start of my little baby Doyoung collection. I have things coming in. I just only have this one card at the moment. I literally just started this, but he's a baby and he's cute. Stream, his new album, Stream Soar. That also goes with that. I need to put a page in this. We're ignoring that. And then we go into my, specifically my Yojun collection. So this is Luna and Lucemble era. So first, I've been putting in a lot of work, I feel like, for this collection this year. So here we have like pre-debut and then plus. And then we have some hash cards. Excuse me, or I guess not some hash cards. We have both of her hash cards. And then we have Midnight. And then Anne starts. I can't believe I have this card. I'm so happy that I have this card and I only have to worry about Frogjin, which I still think Frogjin is going to be the vein of my existence, but I'll eventually get it. And then we have Flip That. Still missing this last dang Flip That card. I have never owned this Flip That card. That includes when I was collecting OT12 Luna. Like never once have owned this Luna or the Yojun card. And then we go into her Lucemble era stuff. So we have Sensitive, album cards, and then the Ever Music. And then it goes into the pops that I'm collecting for Sensitive era. And then One of a Kind. I'm excited that I finally have made a little bit of progress on her units. For the longest time, I only had these 2, but now we have 4. It's a little bit of progress. And then the One of a Kind pops. I think I have this one coming in. I think I bought this one so I could finish this page because it was really annoying me that that was the only one I was missing. And then TTYL we kind of don't talk about because she's not looking great. And then more miscellaneous Yojun, but this is specifically like merch Yojun cards. So these are Luna era and then these are Lucemble era. More Lucemble era, and then these are the little solo fan call she's done since, I don't want to say Lubel disbanded, since they've been doing solo activities. And then here is Miscellaneous Luna that I don't want to get rid of because I don't trust myself with Luna anymore, so we're just keeping them. And then my tour set. I feel like I should move this Eve to this page now, so that way she doesn't have to be on the back by herself because it feels rude for her to be on the back by herself. And then we go into my actual Lucemble section. So what I mean by that is I am going to be collecting the other 4 members of Lucemble in this section. This was kind of a recent decision because I can't handle that Lucemble is not going to be around for a little while. I refuse to say they're never coming back. I refuse. So we're just going to work on this a little bit at a time. Like this is their military time if they were a boy group, okay? Okay. I literally just set this up, so there's like nothing in here. I'm so sorry, guys. And then Artemis, again, I just set this up, so there's not a lot going on in here, but I will be collecting Heejin and Hustle. There's another Heejin. I do have my Jinsol up for trade if anybody's looking for Hustle, or if anybody's looking for Jinsol and wants and has Hustle, let me know. Sorry, that was hard to articulate. I did not say that right. And then my extra Artemis page, and this will be where my Chew stuff goes. We're just going to skip those pages because they're empty. And then my start to my little Eve collection, which I have some more coming in soon. And then we have one of my newest additions also that I'm very proud of. I think I'm kind of excited to show you the Yojun and the triple S because I don't even think triple S wasn't in my mid-year flip through from last year. And triple S wasn't in my end of the year, like my December video. I think Yojun was in my December video, but she was not as filled out as she is now. But triple S is completely new, especially OT8 or like my top 8 triple S collection is completely new. So, well, I guess we should start here. I have nothing for AA, nothing for Acid Angels of Asia, but for Assemble, the first Assemble, the Assemble 10, I have a Hayden and I have 2 of Dahyun's. And then for Levolution or Girls Capitalism, I have Hayden minus her Oma, and then I have Dahyun. I just need her other Levolution card, and I have 1 of Kotone's Evolution cards. I pulled this one, I still can't believe that. And then we go to Assemble 24, because this is all my top 8 are in, so nobody's in Crystallize in my top 8, so that's why Crystallize is not in here. And then Assemble 24, we have Dahyun's full set done for the objects plus this Lin. And then for the Omas, I'm missing 1 of Dahyun's, and we have a random amount of Omas for everybody else. I've kind of been focusing on the Omas, if you can't tell, just because they tend to be the cheapest option for not Purple Kiss. Oh my god, everything is Purple Kiss in my brain. For Triple S, I've noticed the Omas are usually cheaper, so I feel like that's a good place to start. And then as you're looking for the Omas, you come across like good deals for the objects from time to time. Just FYI for anybody that's wanting to collect triple S. This is what I've noticed so far. Version 1, Assemble 24 has a stupid amount of objects in my opinion. So we have version 1, version 2, which I'm doing pretty good on version 2. And then version 3 I have literally nobody for. I think everybody was sick of it by the time version 3 came out. And so these are like the hardest Omas in my opinion to find. Yeah, that's fun for me. And then we have VV, where I'm almost done. Yeah, I'm almost done with VV. This makes me very excited. It also makes me want to try to collect the VV larger inclusions for my members. I think that should be pretty easy. And then I think I'm going to do like they do, like NCT collectors do, and give each unit their own little section. So put a divider here for VV, and then have all my VV cards, and then all their larger inclusions, and then split the next era off. Like, I think that would be really cute. But for now, it's like this until I finish at least the objects for VV. Hachi, I have nothing for. We're gonna pretend like we don't see that. And then Assemble 25, I have nothing for the selfie objects. I'm almost done with my Oma sets. I just need the Kotone, even though these are not here. They're here in spirit, just not here in my binder. And then we have my Miscellaneous Triple S. I just kind of keep whatever triple S comes into my house, whatever triple S comes to me, whatever they decide to bestow upon me, I just kind of keep at the moment because that is who I am. My main biases are Dahyun and Chaewon. I definitely have the most for Dahyun though, because she's been my bias since Girls Capitalism, which is when I started getting into and starting to like pay attention to triple S, but I didn't start actually like really standing them until Assemble 24. But yeah, so that's that side, and then here's the back side with all my other Assemble 25 almost, which just makes me laugh because I'm just like, this is so ridiculous, but also I love it so much. But yeah, so that's the triple S collection and the kind of like miscellaneous binder. I don't want to call it miscellaneous binder because like that makes it seem like I don't care about this stuff, but I do in fact care about it a lot. And then we have my eyes one. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit hard to see because since I sleeved this, it bulked up. Like these are not Prism Platinum, alt bias sleeves. And so it kind of really bulked up this binder. But I took away the empty spots in here and I downsized my miscellaneous eyes one cards more. So the only eyes one member that is not in this book now is Yuri. So we have my little Umbi section. And this is a mix of Eyes 1 era and some solo things, except for Umbi. I apparently didn't keep any of her solo cards. And then we have a little Sakura section, very tiny. We have a Haewon section, which this card I pulled in my copy of the Blu-ray, so I'm always going to keep that. And then we have Yena, Chaein, think I kept the most for her, as you can see, because I absolutely adore her, but I just didn't want to collect multiple members of IZ*ONE. And then we have Chaewon, Minju, which I kept a good amount for Minju too. And then we have my Nako section. I kept a good amount for Nako too. Hitomi, Wanyang. And apparently I didn't keep any for Yojun. Oh, I should go steal at least one card for my trade and sales binder for Yunjin. I don't think I even realized that. That feels rude. I'm so sorry, Yunjin. And last that I'm filming, probably not last that you're seeing, you'll probably actually see this binder way before in this video. Because honestly, I'll probably do like the miscellaneous stuff first, like the non-ults first, and then we'll do like Yuri, Ateez, and Purple Kiss at the end. I don't know. That's not important. You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But my Yuri binder. So we start with IZ*ONE era, of course, for Yuri. Because where else would one start? With Miss Jo Yuri. I haven't added a lot these past 6 months, but the few things I have added have been like pretty big pickups in my opinion. So makes me very, very content, very happy. We have all of her IZ*ONE album cards done for Korean albums. We're still working on all the Japanese trading cards. Like album cards, like look at that. The stinking card still to this day gives me a little bit of PTSD. But it's done. It's done. Was this a pickup this year or was this a pickup last year? I don't remember, but we do have like this one fan sign card now for Honor Egg Diary. I need a lot of the one, no, this is Honor Egg Theater cards, and a lot of those still I need. Then we have the fan sign. I'm so happy. I only need one more of her fan sign cards to be done with all the one reeler fan sign cards. Also, the other day in my video, I was like, I don't know what goes here. It's a group card. It's a group card that I left a spot for. So we're getting there slowly but surely with a lot of Yuri's like IZ*ONE album, like non-album things. There's something on the card right there. Though the further and further we get into like post IZ*ONE, I feel like the harder and harder it is to find some of these cards. Like I don't think I've ever seen her Pepsi card for sale, but I'm not gonna lose hope. One day, I at least want to have a complete like Yuri collection for IZ*ONE era, if nothing else. K-Town, like her D-Icon, not K-Town, I saw this, but her D-Icon stuff, I think at the end of last year we had this, no, I had the one from Rachel, which, was it one of these ones or one of these? I don't know, but we only had one of these. Like, look at this, in the group card, but look, we're almost there. We need one of the D-Icon cards, like one of the just like ones that came with the magazine, and then we need one of the pops, and then we're done with D-Icon. And then we go into actual Yuri, like solo era, which we still need a ton of pops for, but again, slowly but surely, we will get there. We have Love Sh era. We should be getting a new comeback soon. She had a fan con, there was merch for that. I actually didn't buy any of the merch for that because I didn't see any group orders and there was nothing that was really calling to me to want. So I'm just gonna try to find maybe some of the cards secondhand. I was hoping she would do another bracelet or another like trading card set like she did with the first fan con, which I got both of those things, but she didn't. Still Love Sha, more Love Sha. And then we have Lovable, which we actually heard the Korean restaurant that me and my partner went to, our favorite in town, they were playing Lovable by Yuri. Like it came on as I was walking into the store and I was like, oh, they knew we were coming. But we have Lovable and the era with the most photocard like pops and the least amount of progress, honestly. We're just gonna keep flipping and keep flipping. And then Love All in the infamous album cards that I still haven't finished. I cried. The fluffy hat one is on Poké Market, so I might pick up that one soon. Like I keep telling y'all, I really think I'm gonna just do a Pokemarket haul soon. And then Pops from Love All that I'm still working on. I don't have her merch stuff set up for. It's all in the back just randomly. Because again, I'm not really a merch person. I pick it up here and there when I feel like it, if I want it. But yeah, that's about it I do for merch. And then this is her first fan sign, or not fan sign. This is her first season's greetings. This is a pop set from the season's that came with the season's greetings. I think this is the one from K-Town. And then this is one of her cards from her first classy kit. I don't want to talk about the second classy kit because it makes me sad. Mnet, I freaking hate you. This is the 10 trading cards, 10 case set that I was talking about that came with her first fan con. You got the full set. Her light stick cards. I have 3 of the 4. There's one more I'm missing. These 2 came with the light stick, and then she had 2 different versions of the light stick pop. This is one of them, I'm pretty sure. And then the other one is this one that everybody and their mother wants because it's super cute. It's so cute. I'll put a picture of it here. It's so cute. That one's so hard to find. And this was from her photo book from 2024. She did not do a season's greetings or a photo book this year, because she did a season's greetings for 2022 or 2023, and then for 2024 she did the photo book instead of a season's greetings. But she did not do anything for 2025. I kept waiting and I kept waiting, which is why I didn't join any goes for Ateez, because I was like, no, I'm just gonna get Yuri's instead because there won't be any goes. So I need all the money for Yuri, and then Yuri didn't even do one, which felt so mean. Mnet, hate you. We're gonna do the extra Ateez binder now. And so I guess this is not a good name for it. So it's extra Ateez, but also my OT sets. I also think I'm going to rearrange this one to where the OT sets are in the front, because I think that would make more sense than having it start off with an my OT8 concert set and then all the OT8 sets are in the back. I don't know. That's a very arbitrary thing, but something I've been thinking about for a while because it makes sense to keep. Yeah. Anyway, I mainly collect Yosang and Mingi for Ateez, but I love Ateez. They're just really expensive and they have a lot of stuff, excuse my French. So I had to be a little bit particular with it, if you will. So we start off with my concert set from the last tour. Yeah, these were the Teeny Zone cards. These were a pain in the butt. I did trading at the concert, and then I ended up having to search my little bahootie off for this Woo Young. And then this is the light stick card. This was a benefit card for Golden Hour Part 2, some random Mingi Yosang IDs I have. And then we go into the miscellaneous sections, which are just basically for Hangjun, Yuno, Yosang, and Mingi. Hangjun and Yuno just because I'm weak and I love them, and yeah. So here are all my Hangjun cards. They're split between album cards, like album / pops, and then, well, there's more album cards. Yes, I need to switch over the sleeves from the black because mom was holding on to my Ateez cards for me for a while to white, but I don't have any more white sleeves, so they're just in here for now. So that way they're protected and they're safe. And then my merch cards for Hangjun. More merch cards for Hangjun. And then here we have the Yuno section. So cute. I love him so much. I've been enjoying the recent era a lot. Their little drinking live with Dingo was iconic. Just iconic. I loved it so much. Also, they look like they have such a fun time with their staff, and I love that for them. And then again, I need to put a paper in these. I have these in here, but I just haven't put the papers in, which makes literally no sense. Then we have the Yosang section, which most of the Yosang Mingi stuff is just like merch and pops that I don't have for the other members, so it's not in my other binder, or I don't plan on getting literally anytime soon. So they just ended up in here. They're so cute. I love them. They're so cute. Ah, this Mingi. Love that card so much. That was a new addition from this year. And then his birthday merch from last year. I would still like to get Yosang's birthday merch from last year, and then Yosang's birthday merch from this year is out. It's really cute. I do plan on trying to get that. And then we go into my OT sections. My OT section, but again, because I collect Yosang and Mingi thoroughly, this is like the other 6 members in a 6-member spread in this section. So, but I still but that still makes an OT8 set because I collect the Yosang and Mingi still. Does that make sense? I have these group cards here in the front, and then this OT6 pop set from Will, I think is what I bought it from. And then we have some starting with Outlaw. I would like to go back one era and actually start with like one or two, or a spread of Halazia, but that's just not priority right now. And then Outlaw ends here. Then we start with Will. Some more Will cards. And then, are these also Will, or is this Golden Hour Part 1? No, okay, yeah, these are Golden Hour Part 1. I wasn't sure. I want everything to have at least one spread, so I do want to get another card for this. Well, yeah, Golden Hour Part 1, I wanted to do this one more set, but again, I haven't really been working on like the sets. I've been focusing on the Yosang Mingi binder. These are also Golden Hour Part 1, and then these came with the collect book from the concert, so that finishes off Golden Hour Part 1. Some more merch cards. I got the summer photo book last year, and the 18E membership kit. And then Golden Hour Part 2, I need to finish this. I do have the Hongjun. He's just not in the binder at the moment for whatever reason. But the Sun and I'm pretty sure I have to pick up. And then I do have some sets coming in for Golden Hour Part 3. I'm gonna do, like, I got the set of the Polka album cards, so like the farmer's version, whatever. So that will go there. And then if you bought the full set, it comes with the OT8 set. I'm getting that, and I don't remember what my fourth set is gonna be, or my third set's gonna be, but I'm not completely in love with anything photo card wise for this era, so I'm gonna leave it there. And then these are like the little random things from Outlaw, which, now that I think about it, I should have split this up between me and Mom. Like, I should keep Hongjun and Yuno, and then Mom should get her 4 guys. And these random ones in the back. So I bought Jongho's birthday kit last year, so I'm keeping that. And I just decided that this needs to also go to Mom. I thought I gave her all my non-stuff, so I'm keeping this because I did buy the fan kit or his birthday stuff myself, and I'm just keeping it back here. For the most part, I only really plan on buying Yosang or Mingi's birthday merch unless I just find the birthday merch for whatever member really cute. Like, I should have bought Yuno's, but I didn't. But I bought Sunghwa's, so that's coming in. So whatever photo cards come in the Sunghwa one will go here. And yeah, and then I have these 2 unit cards that Mom got me for Christmas last year, and they're just kind of chilling back here, though the Yuno-san one should go in the Yuno section. I don't know, I haven't really been in this binder in a while, so it's a little bit of a mess, honestly. She could use some sprucing up. This is the Yosang Mingi binder. Oh, okay, so we're gonna start the binder off with unit cards. I have this one Yosang Mingi unit card to start the collection. Very happy about it, very excited about it. It's so freaking cute. I'm so happy I picked that card up. And then we start into the actual Yosang Mingi collection, where everything is done in 2s for them. Haven't really worked on these earlier eras. Honestly, anything before Halazia at the moment, I kind of pretend doesn't exist. At some point, we will finish it. But we do have Halazia, and like I said, I pretend everything before Halazia doesn't exist. So, starting with Halazia, we're looking good. We're looking good because I did finish Mingi this time around. This past 6 months, I finished him, which I'm very, very happy about, very excited about. All of Mingi's columns will be full. I'm still working on Yosang's columns. And then we go into Outlaw, which I haven't really been working on Outlaw. I'm trying to finish these. The stupid cowboy Mingi, like, I'm sorry, he's not worth like $10 in my opinion. And so we keep waiting. We keep waiting. And then we go into Outlaw starting here. These are just random merch cards that I picked up. And then Pops. And then not Outlaw, Will starts here. I need this last Yosang. Everything else that I'm missing for Will era is officially coming in. Oh my gosh, this little like eyelash won't go away. I just need this last Yosang-y. And then I have this card coming in too. So I will have, oh my god, I will have 2 complete spreads. That sounds literally so amazing. And then we get into more merch. So like this is Pacific. I do need this one for Yosang still. We have Ateez stuff that I'm working on. Then Golden Hour Part 1, which is a hot mess, honestly. Lots of pops for Golden Hour Part 1 because it was the last era that Ateez and Purple Kiss weren't coming back at basically the same time. Golden Hour Part 2. Hobbies that I have, and more Ateez merch. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I can't tell if it's impressive or not. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's impressive because it's just mine, but I love it. I love it a lot. I think it's cute. It's my 2 best boys, so obviously I'm a little bit biased. Okay, this is my Purple Kiss unit card binder. It's a newer collection I have started for Purple Kiss. So let's flip through it together. Honestly, mostly empty, so expectations low, please. But I think it turned out really cute because I got the black 4-pocket standard pocket sleeves with the purple the black pages with the purple sleeves is what I'm trying to say. So the group cards and like 3 or more units are in the front area, and then it goes into the members, and we start with GN section. And then it goes into Go1 section, and they're done in age order based off of the oldest person of the card. So Go1 Dozy, Go1 Yuri, Go1 Yuki, and then we have a Go1 Cheyenne, and then a Go1 and, or well, I guess 2 Go1 and Swans. And then here's Dozy, my one little Dozy unit. And I don't know, yes, okay, so there is this Yuki and Cheyenne. And that is all for the Unicard binder. So like I said, it's very small. Purple Kiss has been doing more Unicards since Festa. Actually, really since Cabin Fever they've been doing Unicards, but they still don't do that many Unicards. But that is all for this binder. Okay, the next collection we're gonna go over as a whole is gonna be my Purple Kiss collection. She makes me very happy, so I hope you enjoyed looking at her with me. So starting off, we have this binder, which I like to call my OT binder. It has, specifically this binder is, oh, what is it? It is debut to Festa. So we start off each era that Jiyeon is in with Jiyeon's cards that I'm collecting in the OT set. So we have her 2 album cards and 2 of her pops that I'm collecting from this era. And then we go into the 6 members that are still currently in Perky, or like still active in Perky. And I do them in a 6 layout spread. I think a lot of people know this about my collection. I don't know, because I don't know. I always never know how much to talk about because I know these videos, a decent amount of new people watch these videos, but also a lot of old, like, returning subscribers also watch these videos, so it's a little hard for me to know what to talk about. So we have Into Violet, and then these are some more of the pop sets, and I recently decided to pick up 3 more pop sets for this, but we haven't really been working on that too much. And then I have all of the larger inclusions for Into Violet all mounted and put in here nicely. Okay, I'm just gonna watermark these. I don't really think anybody's gonna try to resell my GN Polaroids. Here we go into hide and seek, and we start with my GN page again. So we have all 4 of her album cards from the 2 versions, and these are 3 of the pops that I'm collecting. 2 more probs will go here, but since I don't have them yet for the scents I'm collecting, I just put these 2 GN Polaroids that I got this year or last year. I think it was last year for really, really good prices right here. And then we go into the album sections. This pop set is almost done. I keep looking for this Cheyenne. And then we have the other album set where I haven't started on the pop set that will go here. And then I just need this Dozy for this set. Slowly but surely we will get there. And I did rip off or take off the preparations for these so they would fit in these pockets. I think I like it. I don't know. Part of me wishes I left them on. Part of me is like, it's too late now. So we'll see if I replace them eventually. But those are the larger inclusions. Or like the little ticket thingies. I have all of them. And then we have all of the posters. There was one in each version. So I did it like this. So we started with green, and then it's pink for Jian, and then we have Gowon's pink, and then green. So it alternates and they match. So we have Dozy, Dozy, Ire, Ire, Yuki, Yuki, Cheyenne, and Swan. And then we go into Mem Mem. Again, album cards. The pops will go in once I get them. And then album. Mem Mem is looking a little rough. We do have one pop set done. All the album cards are done though. Like every Perky album card is done. And all the larger inclusions I believe are done for this album too. I did buy the wrong size, kind of like pocket, like 2 pocket pages. I hate that they're so short, but we are just gonna keep on keeping on. And then the posters, which I really like the posters for Mem Mem because they're like a really good size and they just look really nice in here. Oop. And the last one for Swan. And then we go into Geeky Land, which I'm almost done for Jian's cards. Well, technically not, because Geeky Land has 2 extra cards than normal. So actually all the ones that I'm collecting for Jian's pop wise won't fit on this page, but I just decided that we'll put my 3 favorites from her cards of her set in here, and the rest of them will go in her like extra section. But I need one more to fill up that spot for now. But we go into the album cards again. Some of the pop sets are not looking great, but it's okay. We'll get there eventually. But then this page, we're looking better. I don't know where this Gowon is. I should have the bubble gum Gowon. That concerns me a little bit. I don't know why she's not in there. And then we go into the larger inclusions. So there's a blank space here because I just didn't know how to do it because there were only 2 of these film strips per member. And this is when Jian is still in the group, so there's 7. And so, well, there's 14 technically of these film strips. So I just did it like this. So that way you could have the 6 still in a spread. But I am missing Gowon's. Again, I thought I had her, but I have looked high and low and I cannot find her. So I guess I didn't get her when I got these. But here are the other members. And then I do have OT7 for the little digipack poster things that they included. So we have Jian, Gowon. For whatever reason, I did this in the opposite order that I've done all the rest of the age order in. I've done it Jian, like Gowon. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably eventually go back and fix that. But because there's 7 swans on the back. And then we go into Cabin Fever, which is our first OT6 era, which is very bittersweet. Nothing for this front page yet. But Cabin Fever is all done for everything OT6 basically I'm collecting. I've made a small change, so we are adding things to the Cabin Fever collection. But I love looking at my Cabin Fever section. I think it looks really good. I like looking at any of the... Oh, that's right. And then we have these cards that are now completely signed from the tour this era. Oh, so great. But here's when it starts to get really empty, because this is where I'm going to collect top 3 basically. So it's going to be I almost combined Dozy's name and Gowon. So it'll be Dozy and Swan for every era, and then the middle member I will change every era based off of like whose cards I like the most, or just whatever, for whatever reason. So for Cabin Fever I chose Cheyenne, because if you don't know, Cheyenne's styling for Cabin Fever is like one of my absolute all-time favorites. So here you see it. I have one of the Everline 2 Polka version Pobs. I have this one for Cheyenne, which is one of my favorite Cheyenne cards to exist. I was very excited to pick that up when I did. And then we have a Dozy. And that's basically it for this. I do want to collect like every Pop set, so it ends on an uneven number of Pops for Cabin Fever in terms of like the top 3. So I will be collecting one more OT6 set and putting it right here, but I just haven't set up for that yet because I don't have any of them yet. Heavy emphasis on the word yet, because I have some coming in for that set. But we have the Cabin Fever cards, or larger inclusions. I'm missing this Chaeyeon. And then I'm missing quite a few of these like bigger ones. So we're missing Yuki's red one. And then Chaeyeon's full set. I did not mount these because I thought they would stay pretty straight. But I don't think they are. So I probably will go back and mount these at some point. And then we have the larger posters, which a lot of people say these are kind of difficult to get because they're actually like a part of the album, so a lot of people didn't trade them or like sell them. But we have Goen and Dozy for this set, and Yuri. I'm missing the Maknae line, so Yuki, Chaeyeon, and Swan. And then for the purple ones, I think I'm only missing Chaeyeon and Swan for these two. And then we have Festa era, which again is another era that I'm fairly close to being done. And we have my OT9 page of swans that make me laugh. These are my favorite Swan album cards from the era, which they give me a good giggle every time I look at them. And then we have the album cards. So this is the photo book version. There were 3 cards this era. And then the Poco version, which also had 3 cards this era. And then we get into the pop sets I collected, which is newly completed, all OT6. I've been working on these for a while. It feels so nice to have them done. And then we go into what will be my OT3 section. And for the OT3 section for Festa, my 3rd member is going to be Yuri. I just don't have any of her cards yet, but we will. I'm getting a couple in the mail already. I have a decent amount for Dozy and Swan already because this is kind of when I started buying extra things just in general for Purple Kiss. And just like Cabin Fever, there's one extra set that couldn't fit for OT3. Like, I just didn't want to give a whole page to 3 cards. That just felt like a waste. So I will be collecting one more OT6 set for Festa, but I won't be putting that in until I actually get it. And then these are all the larger inclusions for Festa. It was just the hearts, so I have all of those. And that is all for the first Perky binder. Next, we are going to do the other Perky album binder. You remember how I said I was going to mount these before this video? I did not have time. So I'm so sorry that I'm a liar. But we start with BXX, which we have the start of my 9 pocket page for Swan for this era. We're going to do her little bear ear card. Oh, so cute. Gives me cuteness aggression. I love that card. And then we go into the era that I'm struggling the most with Pops. I feel like I'm having a harder time. I know it has to do with the sets that I chose for BXX, but if I'm going to choose what sets I want to collect for OT6, I want it to be the ones that I want and not just like cop-out sets, because the sets that I want are hard. So we're just going to take our time. It's going to be a while until I finish the Pops for BXX, but it does annoy me that this set, I just cannot find this Dozy. This Dozy does not exist. I know why it's so hard to find. It's because it's one of the cards where she has the little bow on her cheek that she did for this era. And any card where she has the little bow on her cheek is just like extra hard to collect. This is the Poco album cards. And this is my little other Pops for OT6 for this era. Again, not a lot, but we did make one recent addition to the section. So you know what? Beggars cannot be choosers, because for the longest time it was just this lonely Swan. At least she has a friend now. At least she has Yuri. And then we have the larger inclusions, which I have all of them. And then Headway, which is also looking really good. I just need one more Swan to fill out this page. And then we go into the newly completed album cards. I'm still excited that my album cards are done for Headway now. Yes, 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 yes. So cute. It makes me so happy to look at. These are not album cards, these are Pops. These are all album cards from the Poco version. And then we get into my OT6 sets for this era. I'm collecting 2 spreads of OT6 cards for really no reason other than I can and I wanted to. Yeah, so we finished this set recently, which was a very nice thing to do. I just needed the Goen. And then this page is almost done too. Ah, makes me so happy. Makes me so, so happy. And then I put the unit cards back here with the little stickers because it like flowed into the non-out or like the larger inclusions, I thought, nicely. So the Polaroids, and then we have the 3 cuts, like the unit cuts, and then all of my stuff from tour, all my photos from tour, and then we have, I do have all of these go in an area over here. I just haven't put them in yet, like mounted those. We're gonna ignore those. And then my swan signed page, and that's the most recent era, and so therefore everything I have in terms of albums, Korean album for Purple Kiss, which is kind of a lot and kind of insane. I never said I was mentally stable. If I was mentally stable, I probably would not be here collecting. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, and then we're gonna go into my merch binder / miscellaneous. And when I consider myself collecting merch, I consider it for like OT6. So like if I don't plan on collecting it OT6, I don't really like care about it. We start with Jian section of the OT6. I'm missing only one Jian like merch card just in general. It's one of her winner's cards, or it is a winner's card from their season's greetings. I don't know if I'll ever get that card, but if I ever do, this will be a nice little 7 pocket, and that would make me really happy. And then we go into the KCON cards that I don't think I'm ever going to finish because I cannot find these last 2 to save my freaking life. I just don't know how I got to this point where these were the last 2 I need. Like, how could I not find them in a set? But it's fine. It's fine. And then we have their first season's greetings. I do need to still look for this dozy. I haven't actually even looked for it. Their second season's greetings, their first tour trading card set, the third season's greetings. This is the 2024 season's greetings. I need to work on the Festa Japan trading cards. We're working on it slowly but surely. Like I said, I'm not really a merch person, so like merch things are gonna take me forever to finish. Minus these though, I do want to finish these before the end of the year because I love their little dolls. I just need 2 more. And then this was from the Christmas box that they did this year, or I guess technically last year. Very cute. This year's season's greetings. Though Chan, why did you should have closed your eyes. And then Headway tour cards. I forgot to mention these are the BXX tour cards, and this is a cafe event. And then this was another one of those little cafe box thingies, like the Christmas one, but this one was for like these lunch box themed items. This came from the season's greetings. And then we go into the miscellaneous section. So we start with Jian section, and these are just in chronological order, these are in order of release, and then I match them by outfits. So hide and seek, matching outfits, hide and seek, hide and seek up until here, and then it's mem all the way into here. And then we have Kiki. Is this Kiki Land? No, this is mem, but this is totally Geeky Land. Because this is the one where they took it of you. Oh no, that is mem. Okay, no, don't listen to me. Apparently, I don't know what I have. We're gonna believe past Lexi and not current Lexi, because apparently she doesn't know. But I guess all the way until here is mem, and then we have Geeky Land. And some more Geeky Land. And then we have Go-On section. And these are in age order. Most of my Go-On cards have come from Rachel, so shout out to Rachel. So Into Violet, my one zombie card for her, or hide and seek, and then this is mem, and then one of my favorite Go-On cards, along with this one that I have and this one. But that is, or this is all Geeky Land. This is Cabin Fever, but she's in the Japanese outfits, which always throws me off. But this is the actual Japanese card, along with this one, and then 2 Festa cards for her. And then we have Miss Dozy section, which is a lot smaller now because I moved some of Dozy's cards into the other binder, obviously. But we have this one Into Violet card. Not Into Violet. This is, yeah, Into Violet. This is Penzonia. And then this is Hide and Seek. Hide and Seek. Mem, Geeky Land. I think I have a lot of Geeky Land for Dozy. Yeah, that's all Geeky Land too. And then we have Headway. And then Miss Yuri, I don't have a lot for. We have one Into Violet. We have one Hide and Seek. We have these two Mem, which this one's still one of my favorites. Oh, so cute. And then Geeky Land. And nothing newer than Geeky Land for Yuri. And then we have Yuki, which most of her stuff is from Elzup that I have. So from here to here is Elzup. And then I have one Into Violet and one Hide and Seek card for her. And this one Headway card. This is technically one of the RBW Cafe cards, but like, look at it. Look at it. And one of the first, like when I was first, like when Perky was first becoming one of my ults, one of the first videos I watched was around Yuki's birthday. It was her birthday video where she went to the cat cafe and she was just having a grand old time and being so cute at the cat cafe. And so like this, I had to have this card. Okay. It's very Lexi Yuki core for me. But we have the Changin section. We have Into Violet. No, this wouldn't be Into Violet. I think these two are just Into Violet. And these would be Hide and Seek. And then we have a lot of Mem for Changin because I love Changin Mem era. And then we have Geeky Land. No, this is Geeky Land. That's Festa. There's a glare for me. There's not a glare for you, but there's a glare for me, so I couldn't really see. But that's Festa, which I actually think 1, 2, and I think I already have. You know what? We might collect this set as my OT Festa set because I have 2 in here. And I'm pretty sure I have the Dozy and the Yuri and the Swan. So that's 5. So I just need Yuki. I think we just picked my Festa set. I just realized that as we were going through this. I don't know if I finished this. This is BXX. And then 2 Headway cards I have for her. This one is so freaking cute. And then we have a Swan. My baby girl Swan. I would love to collect all of Swan's cards one day. It's very slow. Slowly but surely wins the race, okay? Okay. And then we have Into Violet here. We have lots of Hide and Seek. This is a recent edition. Oh, it's so cute. Look at her with like the little pose, like the little bread smile and the spider. I love it. Gives me cuteness aggression. Then we have Mem. This is their Japanese showcase card. This is a merch item. And then we have a Geeky Land card and more Japanese. This is actually from the Japanese, like the first Japanese album, like album cards. I don't know if it was the regular or limited, don't ask me. And then this was also some merch that came out with the Japanese concert. This came out with their Japanese debut showcase, and it was like a t-shirt merch, I think. And then this was Festa in Japan, one of the cards, and I love this card so much. It will forever be one of my favorite Swan cards, even if when they blew up the photo they didn't make sure it didn't, like, it's a little grainy when they blew it up, but it's so cute. Like, look at her little jewels around her eyes, so stinking cute. And then from here to here is BXX, or well, actually to here, because this is the last fan sign they did in Taipei. And then we have their second Japanese album. It's kind of the start of RBW Cafe, really. Well, not RBW Cafe, because we had 3 RBW Cafe cards from this era, but like RBW Cafe doing random cards for them, because I'm pretty sure this came from RBW Cafe, but this was the Chosuk card. And then we have Headway Pops. If you've seen my most recent storing video, we put away most of these in that video. This is also an RBW Cafe card. This was my winner's PC from my fan sign. And then we have Swan's little solo section, which needs a lot of work and a lot of love. But this is low priority, though I probably should make it a little bit of a higher priority before these cards become even harder to find than I think they already are. And then these are the little inclusions from her album. I need to, like, I think I'm gonna cut purple, maybe blue, get like a light blue paper to put behind these. But also part of me doesn't want to, because the backs of these cards are so cute also. But then there's like a part of me that's like, what if I buy 2 so I can have these twice, which is a little ridiculous, but brain be braining. But yeah, so that is all my Purple Kiss binders. We're gonna outro on Yuri's binder because I am now done. Again, you will probably be seeing this outro at a different point. You'll probably have just watched a different flip through, but this is where I'm finishing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's flip through. I feel like I didn't really talk that much, but who knows. I hope it was still enjoyable. I don't really know what to say. I feel a little out of it for some reason. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the mini Lexmas kind of thing that we did today. And until the next video, I hope you guys stay happy, stay healthy, and keep collecting. Bye guys!